too. Well, Facebook world, we have Mo Mandel in the house. And yes, I said in the house, like a white girl, but Mo Mandel, oh my gosh. Mo Mandel, I met him in Portland at Harvey's Comedy Club when he was headlining 7 shows there in a weekend. Oh my gosh, this guy brings the house down. You've had like 3 different specials that you've put out, haven't you?
Yeah. I've got a lot of material out there, but I'm hoping to put out a new one soon. You know, it's anytime you watch your old stuff, you're like, oh man, I gotta do something better than that. You know, so I'm excited that hopefully whenever stand-up comedy exists again, I can get another one out there.
Yeah. And I was so excited that you're giving me an opportunity because you're in the big leagues. You know, you've arrived. You're at a certain level.
This is the big leagues right here. My girlfriend's spare bedroom.
I see you everywhere. You're really, you know, like in with the big dogs in the big fight, you know, and I'm so proud. I know you and that you're gracing my stage. And you have some really good news to tell people. I've been plugging it all day.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for all the plugs. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on your show. Yeah, so I got this special that's coming on the Discovery Channel called Small Town Throwdown, and it's on this Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And it's like a show where each week we go to towns that have really, really bad reputations, like dumbest town, ugliest town, you know, smelliest town, and we kind of give the town a chance to fight back and tell their real stories. So it's like this really kind of uplifting, positive show that's also really funny, I think. So I'm excited for it, and hopefully we get to do a lot more.
That's amazing. I can't wait to watch it. So it starts 10 o'clock Pacific time?
Pacific and Eastern. So it'll be on Eastern and Pacific at 10, and then I think Central at 9 o'clock, actually. Yeah.
Got it. Well, I'm sure that was a labor of love that took a lot of work to get it to this point.
But yeah, it definitely was. It takes TV, man. Sometimes there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of money that it takes to shoot something. So you really got to hammer it and prove your concept, you know. But they've been great to work with, and I think they seem to really like it. They're advertising it, so that's exciting.
That is so great. What else you are multifaceted. I mean, if you can put out specials and go around doing your comedy and get on the Discovery Channel, I think you got your mind going. And are you like a type that has many projects floating?
Yeah. I'm kind of I wouldn't even say I'm a workaholic just because I really enjoy what I do so much. So I'd say I just like really excited about it. You know, like I sold an action movie recently that I'm writing the script for. And so that's gotten me really into watching all these old action movies that I used to like. And I've actually just started an action movie podcast that's called Jean-Claude Van Damme Girl. And it's me and different comics just watching different old action movies together and laughing about them. And so far, I've been having a lot of fun doing it. So
can you spell the podcast name for me so I get it right?
Yeah, it's like a play on Jean-Claude Van Damme. So it's Jean Claude Claud Van Van, and then Dam Damn, and then Girl Gurl.
And that's the name of your podcast, and it's you and some friends hanging around making fun of Jean-Claude.
Not making fun of, sort of celebrating, I'd say, in a humorous way, old action movies.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's been fun. And for some reason, comedians are obsessed with action movies, I'm finding. So everybody's excited to do it. So it's been cool.
So I met Jean-Claude Van Damme. I got to have lunch with him.
What?
1998. Picture it. New York City. I get there. My daughter and I, she was like 20 some years old. We get there and we brought a rental car full of Levi jeans. I don't know why. And the restaurant, some big restaurant, I'm forgetting the name of it, but they're in Vegas in New York. They were having a contest, and whoever brought in the most amount of pairs of Levi's got to meet Jean-Claude and have lunch with him. We donated every sucker. We went and met him.
Wow, how was he?
You know, Elvis had that thing that he walked in a room and it was mind boggling. So did John Claude. When he came in the room, I mean, there was something about him that it was just like, I don't know, he just commanded. He had a presence that spoke for itself. He didn't try to be anything, he just was. It was so cool. And
Oh,
talking with him.
that's awesome. I'm so jealous. I would love to meet that guy. He's like my favorite.
Isn't he cool?
Yeah, he's cool. So yeah, no, this is like, I mean, I love those movies. So I mean, yes, a lot of them are ridiculous, but we're not making fun of them. We're just like kind of just nerding out on them, I'd say. We're more like, yeah. But it's been a lot of, it's fun to do because, I love watching those movies.
So how many of those episodes do you have out yet, or that's just starting?
Just starting up. So I got one out now. I got one coming out Wednesday, and then I'll be doing them every week after that.
So like, do they come out Wednesdays at a certain time, Mo?
Just Wednesdays, probably whenever the editor's done with them.
Cool. So what kind of things do you notice that happen in an action movie that are older action movies?
Well, I break them down by these topics: soundtrack, chases, guns, unnecessary male butt shots, which you're going to see a lot of in Jean-Claude, bad plot mistakes, and villains. And so you kind of look at them through that lens.
Wow. Just 1 second. I seem to have pushed a button.
Yeah, that'll happen there on those computers.
There we go. You're welcome. You went nowhere. So what was the last one that you break it down by?
Villains.
Oh, wow. So
A lot of good villains in these movies. And yeah, and then also what we also do is then we'll talk about the movie, and then we'll tell stories about heroic things that we've done in our own lives or tried to do.
Oh, how fun. And where do people see that?
You can find it on iTunes or Spotify or any of those podcast sites.
I'll put that on the post with the video and with the opening of your show. Being I'm not a geek or a nerd, and I'm like a boomer that's not okay. So in my not okay boomer head, I'm going, how did they wind up being able to put your Discovery Channel show at the same time on the West Coast and the same time on the East Coast?
I don't really understand it either. I'm also confused by that. My dad, who's also a boomer, was very confused by it, is very confused by it, and I don't get it either. I even had my publicist call and be like, are you sure that's the same thing? And they're like, oh, it's because it's all on cable. I don't know. I don't get it. But
it's so fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. I also am confused by that.
So I interviewed you at Harvey's when I had the Sassy Broad Squad with the other gal. And I don't remember a thing about who you are. So I know you're limited on the amount of time you can spend on this interview, but could you tell people where you're from and when you got into comedy?
Yeah. So I'm from a tiny town called Boonville, California, which sort of I reference a lot in the Discovery show, Small Town Throwdown. And I started comedy in San Francisco and I've been doing stand-up about 15 years. Got a special you can watch on Amazon for free if you have Prime. It's called Negative Reinforcement. And I have a Comedy Central special as well, or half hour that you can check out. And
what's the name of that one?
That's just Comedy Central presents Mo Mandel. And yeah, some other stuff. MoMandel.com, probably the best place to find all the Mo Mandel related information. And I'm wearing my girlfriend's headband right now.
Is your girlfriend around? Is she going to poke her head in?
She's been listening to me make promotional calls for the show all week. I think she's absolutely sick of hearing me talk about myself and the show.
She's not adding to the narcissism.
She's a doctor, so she makes a hell of a lot more money than I do anyway. So
That's
she's like,
right.
I don't care how many episodes your show does. I'm still gonna be making more money.
Is she a dentist? What kind?
No, she's a dick doctor.
Dick doctor, yeah.
She's a urologist. Yeah.
How's that going for her?
Going well. Seen a lot of dicks. Enjoying it.
I talked to somebody today that was in a certain field putting casts on people at a medical center and is now just working in the COVID area. So is she having to put down dicks and work on people's?
Well, luckily not so far. Luckily, Portland has been pretty low level COVID cases. So yeah, she's been not having to do that. Although it's a little scary because for a while there might even still be COVID people in her hospital and stuff like that. But so far, yeah.
My last question for you before you run is, when you're walking on the mean streets, just minding your own business with your girlfriend's headband, how many times does somebody say they recognize you from your comedy specials, etc.?
It definitely happens. The most it blows my mind that people still recognize me from Chelsea Lately the most, which I hadn't done since 2013. And yet still people, I will get recognized from that, which is, I guess I was on it a lot. So maybe that's what it is, but it's always nice. It's always nice, as long as they enjoyed, they recognize you in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully soon they'll be recognizing me from Small Town Throwdown, Wednesday, East Coast, 10 o'clock, West Coast, 10 o'clock on Discovery Channel.
And 9 in the middle.
9 in the middle. Yeah.
10, 9, so. 10. Did you come up with the whole idea of the show because of where you grew up?
I did. Yeah. It was an idea that I've had for a long time, and just sort of noticing different trends on the internet of people trashing different American towns and traveling as a stand-up. It kind of gave me the idea for it.
Wow. Well, see what you did now. Like, they probably had trash on your little town that you are going to address on the show.
Hopefully so. I would love to shoot there. That would be pretty special. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this time, Mandel. Go get them.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
I'll add it to the post. All the stuff you said late tonight. Check it for accuracy when I tag you.
Okay. I will. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody's talking.